Today in our 2016 Toyota Sienna, we're going to take a look at and also show you how to install the CURT Custom Fit Class 2 Trailer Hitch Receiver. This offers the 1¼ by 1¼ opening. Its part number is C12065. Now here's the hitch once we have it installed. We've got a rectangular shaped cross tube that's going to meet here at the middle at our 1¼ by 1¼ opening. This is a Class 2 hitch, so when it comes to towing, bike racks, cargo carriers, it's a really good hitch for those purposes. You can see our flush reinforcement collar around the end is going to give us a little bit more durability here in that. Then we'll have a 1/2-inch pinhole. That's going to be for securing all of our items. Just want to make sure it's a Class 2 rated accessory. You'll see here we've got our safety chain connection points, kind of a plate style. These are a little bit further underneath the vehicle, so you might have to kind of get down to get those attached. But it's in that plate style, so it's going to give us a little bit more rigidity in our hitch. The hitch itself has a 350-pound tongue weight rating, so that's the maximum downward force we can put here at the receiver tube opening. And it offers a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating. It's the total weight of our trailer and anything that we might load up on it. Of course, we need to check out the Sienna's owner's manual. You want to see what it's rated for. We can go off of whichever of those numbers are the lowest. The hitch doesn't offer a weight distribution rating, so it's not for use with any kind of spring bars or anything like that. CURT will recommend the use of a stabilization strap anytime we're dealing with non-wheeled loads. So it would be either cargo carriers or bike racks, something other than a trailer. Now, a few measurements that are going to be helpful when it comes to selecting your ball mount bike rack or hitch cargo carrier will be from the ground to the inside top edge of a receiver tube opening. We've got about 11¼ inches. Then from the center of our hitch pinhole to the outermost edge of our bumper, it's about 4¼ inches. Now, if your vehicle's equipped with this panel underneath the backside, we're going to get that pulled down and out of the way. We'll be trimming it and putting it back in place, or you can just leave it off, whatever you want to do. Putting it back in place does give it a little bit cleaner look across the back though, but it is optional for you. You can see we've got some Phillips screws across the back here. We'll get these pulled out. Also across the back side here, there are these large, they're basically kind of like a nut that you would just push up on the bolt. But if you use a large Phillips or even a large flathead for that matter, you can get them to come down and off. And just like that's what you're looking for. Now we'll go to the outside edge on the passenger side and the driver's side, and we'll have the same style fasteners there. Got a couple push pin fasteners across this forward edge. I'm going to leave these two. Those will be what we take out last. That way they'll just hold it for us. For these, you're going to pull out the core, and then the whole thing should come out like that. Now, if your Sienna is equipped with the added on mud flaps here, we need to pull the little Phillips screw out of there. Just like that. And we'll just push that panel over out of the way and we can put our screw right back in. Now we're going to do the last two push pin fasteners here and just work our panel out. All right, now for trimming out our panel, you can see there's a corner edge right here. From that edge, we want to go kind of right back to that point. And just like that. And then we're going to be following this line all the way around. Then when we get over to this edge, we'll be about 2 inches before the end. We're going to come down kind of just like that, right over to that corner. Now the material, you can see it's really flexible. So a razor knife's really all you're going to need to cut it. All right, the smaller piece will be the part going back up. And a larger piece we can set aside or maybe use it as a sled. Now to give us a little bit more flexibility in the exhaust here so we can kind of get our hands in there, there's a hanger right here that we're going to remove. Usually if you just use a little bit of spray lubricant on it, and then a big screwdriver or maybe a pry bar in behind it, it'll usually come off there for you. To give us just a little bit more room to work. We don't need much. All right, now we've got 3 attachment points on each side. You can see there's 3 stickers that kind of cover the holes, and then there's a little rubber plug. We can leave the rubber plug, but we want to pull down these little stickers. We'll do that here on the driver's side, and the exact same thing on our passenger side. We got the same attachment points on both. Now we're ready to get our hitch raised up into position. It's a good idea to have an extra set of hands. You'll see we just want to take the provided bolts and the conical tooth washers. We'll place those on. The teeth of that washer should face up towards our hitch. Then it's just a matter of aligning the holes in the hitch with the weld nuts, and then we'll thread one in on each side. You want to have it in there pretty good, at least 4 or 5 turns. Then it'll just kind of come down and rest on it. Now we'll get our other 2 fasteners started on each side. All right, now we'll just take a quick look here to be sure we have our hitch centered, and we'll start snugging down our fasteners. Now once we've got them all snugged down, we'll check the instructions. In there you're going to have torque specifications. We want to get them all torqued down appropriately. All right, now we're ready to get our exhaust put back in place. Just want to slide that hanger back on there, and we'll also replace our panel. This time we'll just be using 4 screws and the 2 push pins for the 2 kind of push nuts there. Now the instructions do indicate a slightly different way of cutting this underbody panel. It's completely up to you and how you do it, but this is much easier. Now with our panel back in place, that completes the installation of the CURT Custom Fit Class 2 Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number C12065 on our 2016 Toyota Sienna. Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com.